All right, I'm sure everybody would like to get more out of their lead follow-up. So, I'm Greg Harrelson, Real Estate Sales Solutions. I just wanted to share with you some information. I'm going to give you 4 tips, 4 strategies to help you get better, get more out of your follow-up. So basically it's, 4 things you must do to be effective in your lead follow-up. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Number 1, it's important that you must be intentional. Before you make the follow-up call, you need to ask yourself, what are you looking to accomplish on this call? When you talk to the lead, what are you really looking to accomplish? You got to identify your target. Are you looking to accomplish the setting of an appointment? Are you looking to accomplish maybe touring their home? Maybe it's a for sale owner. Or are you looking to accomplish that you'll do some research and send them things, via email, or send them a short video after the follow-up call, sharing with them what they could sell their home for or properties that are available? Or are you just looking to gather more information so you can move the ball forward, in the preceding calls? No matter what it is, just be intentional. Before you make the call, ask yourself, what am I looking to accomplish on this call? That'll get you focused and will influence the conversation, the questions you ask, the suggestions that you make. It'll influence the outcome. So number 1, it's critical to be intentional. The second thing that I wrote down here is, to be effective at lead follow-up, you've got to narrow the gap. And what I mean by that is you've got to narrow the gap between the last call and the next call. See, there's a lot of people going after the same leads right now. And so you can be forgotten very, very quickly. And the greatest way to be forgotten is when they get distracted with other real estate agents that are calling them. So if you'll narrow the gap between the last call and the next call, then you'll always be at the top of their mind. So you always have to figure out in your follow-up how to deliver value. You have to be intentional, understand what you're looking to accomplish. But the key is you want to increase the frequency of your follow-up calls. That, again, will bring you or take you to the top of their mind, and it'll keep you there, and it'll increase your chances of conversion. The third one here is it's all about, how many times you're going to attempt to reach them. So the key is one time you'll make a follow-up call, you'll get a voicemail, and then you sit there and wait for them to call you back. It's about number of attempts. How many attempts will you attempt to reach them for follow-up before you reach them? In other words, are you going to take one call, leave a voicemail, and wait a day or 2? Or are you going to make a call, not leave a voicemail, 5 minutes later, make another call, then leave a voicemail, and then 3 hours later, send them a text, and then another hour after that, make another call? Like, increase the number of attempts to reach them. Let them know that you really want to talk to them, that you really have something important to share with them. That will be important because the more attempts you make, the more likely you're going to get them on the phone, and the more likely you're going to get them on the phone faster. This is going to play a big role in effective lead follow-up. And the last one that I'll leave you with is this. You've got to always schedule your next follow-up during this follow-up. So no matter the outcome of the follow-up, like if your intention is to set an appointment, then obviously you go after the appointment. Which would be better for you, 2 or 3 tomorrow to meet? Now, let's just assume for a minute that they decided that they didn't want to meet you tomorrow. Maybe they're not quite ready. Then what you would still do is set an appointment, even if it's just tentative. You would make sure that you've made a commitment to reach back out to them. So you go for the appointment. They don't want to set the appointment right now. He says, okay, sounds like it's a little too early to set an appointment. Well, here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and put it in my calendar to reach back and follow up with you maybe in 2 to 3 days. And then we can just discuss a little bit further about what you want to accomplish. In other words, what you're doing is you're leaving that call, letting them know that there's going to be another call, and then you can then put it into your calendar to make that call. And you keep things moving. That's the key. So many people do lead follow-up. They have the intention to set an appointment. They don't set the appointment for whatever reason. And they just kind of leave it open-ended. Like, okay, well, I tell you what, I'll follow up with you and we'll just kind of go from there. That's not a good thing to do. I'll follow up with you in the next day or so would be better than I'll just follow up with you. I'll follow up with you on Friday, maybe give you a call sometime Friday morning would even be better. Then you can put it in your calendar and then you make sure it gets done. So every call should end with the expectation of another follow-up call or another follow-up activity. So there you go. There's your 4 ways to be more effective in lead follow-up. Number 1, I said you've got to be intentional. Number 2, narrow the gap between calls. Number 3, increase the number of attempts that you're making to get them on the phone faster. And then, of course, always schedule the next activity before this activity ends. So there's your tip on improving lead follow-up. This is Greg Harrelson, again, Real Estate Sales Solutions, and of course my company is Century 21, the Harrelson Group in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Please let me know how I can help you in the future. Talk to you later.